favoritos está en Match.
Hi everyone, I'm Katy Perry and you're listening to Match. Conectate.
Éxitos. Más música. Conéctate.
Matchercillos, hello. Yo soy Chant de Match 99.3 en CDMX y 90.3 en Guadalajara, conectados todos en la cadena Match en todo México, all around México, y también haciendo este streaming en nuestro Facebook con nadie más y nadie menos que una de las voces del pop más importantes del mundo. Con ustedes, señoras y señores, Katy Perry. Katy Perry here.
I hope that was all good. Was that all good?
It was super good. You cannot believe it. I'll translate it later for you. So, Katy, diving into it, my mama says, and mama always knows better, that when you become a mom, it is as if you put like a 3D glass on your head and everything changes. Everything seems different. So my first question is, how has your pregnancy, alongside with the pandemic, has changed your worldview?
Well, during this time, I've had to be a lot more still and balanced, which is really good for me, because if not, I would have been zipping around the world until I couldn't. Yeah. And I'm still working really hard and excited to put out the record August 28th, but I am excited to get those new glasses that your mother speaks of.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I'm kind of like leading up to deliver the record and the baby, and then I think after that I'll have a little bit of like
Namaste.
Yeah, mamaste.
Namaste. Yeah, I like that. Namaste. That'll be new for a trademark. So nowadays, what puts a smile on your face?
Most things are out of your control, really, but what puts a smile on my face is, so many things. My dog, who I love so much, she puts a smile on my face every morning. I like the sweet moments I'm able to share day in, day out with my partner who's usually filming in some part of Europe.
Yeah.
For 6 months. So time of bonding is really special. And then just this excitement of like, okay, life is about to change. That's
wow.
And then also this record that I'm able to put out and give to my fans.
Yeah, and I want to talk about it because there are many messages here. You talk about redemption, you talk about humility, rejection, resilience, faithfulness, motherhood, ego. I love that phrase in Smile in this record, which says, that ego check saved my life. What happened? What ego check? What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean if you're asking the question, meaning that like sometimes life has to hand you like a cup of reality for you to understand that you're getting too high off of your own supply and that you're about to lose oxygen, Yeah. You're not going to be able to fly anymore. And the reality check or the ego check, it expanded me as a person.
Really?
Yeah, it gave me more dimension. It gave me more, I feel like I have just more perspective on living, and it's not just single-minded goals about, reaching numbers or doing tours or it's less about like doing. It's more about being.
Talking about redemption, lessons, faithfulness, did you need to forgive yourself before you released this record or you wrote it?
I guess I was going through that process as well. That's interesting. You should say that. So I had to really find some self-compassion and some self-love, because the funny thing is like on Prism, I was really good at saying, you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
But I was still like totally feeding off of the tit of,
like the tenderness of the people around you. Yeah.
I was still like full, attached to that.
Yeah.
It was only until I kind of like fell off and lost it for a second that I realized, oh my God, I gave so much outward I put so much self-worth in other people's hands.
Yeah, and what about me nowadays, right?
Yeah, so I definitely had to like look at a few things.
Yeah, and it sounds very different. It sounds like you're empowered. It sounds like you've made your peace with your inner self. And that reflects also in another single of this record, which is called Daisies.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot because you said that, well, you opened the song with people laughing at your dream. So who laughed at your dream before you became what you are nowadays?
Everyone. I mean, who doesn't when you dream as big as someone like I do?
Yeah.
I still have some pretty crazy dreams in my back pocket. You know, that if I were to speak about them publicly, people would be like, "Are you?
Why are you doing that?" Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I'll just live my life with my dreams, and I'll just achieve them. But yeah, I think it's normal that people are like, I don't know if you can do that. I think it's good for everyone because we all come from different places. We all have different challenges.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we're all here to serve a purpose.
Yeah.
And to inspire others. So I especially with my daughter, I don't want her to ever have limitations,
Okay.
you know, on her dreams.
Did you have some limitations in your life?
In the beginning, yes, I was my house was very religious.
Okay.
So there was a lot of things I wasn't allowed to do. But
I know.
I broke through those things one by one. I do remember like coming home and my my family,
Yeah.
you know, just kind of like rolling their eyes going like, okay,
Oh my God,
yeah, right.
Katy again.
It's never gonna happen.
And there was a significant figure, a very important, I would say, icon in your life, which was your grandma.
She inspired me because, you know, like she used humor for her whole life. And
Yeah.
I use humor a lot too. I use humor to deflect. I use humor.
Self-mechanism, defense.
Yeah, all of it. But she, you know, she didn't have like the easiest way, and she had a tough time sometimes, and she raised 3 kids on her own and lost one and was married to the same guy and divorced twice.
Really? To the same guy? Wow.
Yeah, my dad's dad.
Okay, that's unique.
But she was raised in the South, and she had she had grit.
Really?
She just like has, you know, she had grit. She had her own opinion. She wasn't fazed by anything. She stayed true to her path. Like she did her thing no matter what.
I love it. And I can see that through you in your songs because it needs courage to be oneself and to stand for oneself. And that's what I see in Never Worn White. You talk about the things you never did. And then in Never Worn White, you say, well, I backed up from love. I was standing on the edge of it and I didn't believe. So I wanted to ask you, like in Inception, to take a leap of faith. Do you believe now?
Well, yes, but the definition of love for me is not like, you know, butterflies and rainbow.
No, yeah. It's commitment.
Love is sacrifice. Like love is intense. Love is surrender. Love is pain.
Yeah.
But pain, you know, can create something beautiful. Love is friction. Like it's like 2 people rubbing up against each other and then that. Exactly.
Flourishing.
That's love. I mean, love no longer is just dating on Friday, Saturday, and leaving on Sunday. Love is not showing parts of yourself to someone.
Yeah.
Love is showing your whole self.
Yeah.
All the good and all of the real ugly.
Yeah. So what can we hear to all the people streaming this interview? What can we hear on Smile, on this record and the single itself?
Well, the song just talks about my own personal journey of coming through hell. And like you said, I found like some of my own personal redemption. And resilience, like the word resilient has been kind of my favorite word for 2 words.
Yeah.
But I really relate to it because I fall flat on my face, but I get back up. And that's really how you learn too, and how you grow. You don't grow when you're just like when life is great and you're doing great. You grow in the crappy times.
Yeah.
And so Smile is just, it's a record of hopefulness and resilience and, you know, some joy, but it's not ignorant to think that like for instance, when you look at the actual record, you see it's very melancholy in the way that it's, I'm like, I have found my smile, but I'm not going to be an idiot to think that I'll never go through a difficult time again.
It was absolutely beautiful, Katy. Thank you very much for your time, for talking with me, sharing.
Of course, thank you for being so insightful and poetic.
No. Well, that's my nature. Thank you very much. It's been a nice encounter.
Nice to speak with you.
Nice to speak to you too. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Todo sobre tus artistas favoritos está en Match.
Hi everyone, I'm Katy Perry and you're listening to Match. Conectando.